A little while ago, I made this video where I tried to beat WorldBox and take over the world without breaking any one of the laws in the Geneva Convention. And you know, the video turned out great, I thought, and you should check it out if you haven't already. However, it was kind of boring, because if you don't already realize, we are currently playing WorldBox. Breaking the Geneva Convention is kind of part of the fun. So I was thinking, what if instead of trying to, you know, not break the law, I broke every single one of them instead, and then tried to take over the world doing that to see if I can. So for this challenge, I've obviously implemented the rulerbox mod, but also the modern box mod too, because of course with that comes the power of nukes, which I believe are very against the Geneva Convention. Wait, hold up, are they actually banned by the Geneva Convention? I just looked it up. No, they are actually not banned by the Geneva Convention. See, this is where I kind of get confused with the whole thing, because apparently they just allow some people to do whatever they want, and then they ban the most minute things ever. But because of things like that, I want to make sure that we are on the same page here of knowing what actually is against the Geneva Convention. So I'm going to be using this PDF, which I will link in the description, as a guide of pretty much everything I can't do, which has a lot of shortened articles here. But just looking at this here, there's a lot of stuff here that I supposedly am not supposed to do. A lot of these which aren't actually even really possible in WorldBox, but by God, I'll be trying my best. So that means we are finally going to turn the Geneva Convention into the Geneva Suggestion, or actually in our case, the Geneva Checklist. But we've been dilly-dallying for enough. Let's get right into it, and we have to pick a country here. We want something powerful, something that can easily break the laws of warfare and man without having to face any consequences. So let's go with Russia. But with the rulerbox mod, we just press K on them, and you see a brand new tab of things we can do here. And basically, we're just going to be making different laws and stuff so that our country is as powerful as possible and also as profitable as possible. So maybe I should have picked the US for this one. Also, I know this is weird, but I just got a notification that my friend got on People Playground. It's 9 AM on a Tuesday. What is he doing with his life? Okay, well, I can't be talking either. Anyway, let's just get right into it. We can't just go on the prowl hunting if we do not have our country set up at all. But I also like how even though I have clicked unpause and literally have not done anything yet, we are already at 43% stability. I haven't even done anything yet. This is just the effect I have on people. So with taxation laws, we are going to go with, maximum taxes. Listen, guys, I know the Geneva Conventions only are supposed to apply to, like, people you take over, but it's also going to apply with you. You guys will not be treated well at all. Just know that. Military spending, also high. You're going to notice a trend here. Security spending, high. And now government spending, healthcare spending, education, research, anti-corruption. Who do you take me for? A good person? Yeah, no, none of that. Just nothing at all. Okay, for conscription right now, we're gonna have a lot of people here in Russia, so we're actually gonna go with limited, I think would be a good idea. Now for press regulation, I actually want to go with free press, not because I'm a good person, but because it gets me more tax money. And for the firearm regulation, we're gonna go with no restrictions for two reasons. First off is if all these guys are armed, I'm sure they're gonna violate some laws at some point very easily, but also more money. That's usually what it comes down to, is just money. Now, population growth, now you're talking mandatory. Now that I'm thinking about it, how would that actually work? It's probably best not to think about it. All I need to know is that our population is super high, so we can have more soldiers. And now, finally, here at working hours, you know, I don't want to treat these guys too bad, but unlimited. Especially when we start taking over these other countries, we're definitely going to need that, like, as high as possible. And then after setting all the rest of them up, our country is now prosperous, I would assume. We have about $280 to our name, so I can buy a used PS5 if I want, and we have a 4.4 stability. I know that looks bad, but usually it's lower. So we're doing something right. But also, from my understanding of this mod, stability only matters if it's above the negatives. But if it goes into the negatives, your like country just goes to the full anarchy and you lose all your money. So as long as it's around 4 or 5%, I'm sure we'll be good enough. Somehow in the economy rankings, we are currently 18th. Australia is higher than us. So some time passes here, our population has grown exponentially like I had planned. We're already beginning to grow a strong army, and I believe, yeah, by far, we're already the most populous country on the planet. This is going to make it super easy to commit war crimes. Plus, as you can see, with the modern mod, we actually have some pretty nice buildings being built, which is going to allow our population to grow even more and give us a lot of money. Look at that balance right there. Although our stability is constantly rotating between 0.3 and -1, so we might want to try to fix that real quick. Maybe we can do so by hiring a leader. I forgot you could do that with this mod. We could hire the tyrant Jackal, who loses 5 stability stability and gives us +0 army attack. I don't feel like I should be giving this person money to run my country. What about the visionary? -7 political power, +5 corruption. Like, what's even the point of hiring this guy? Here we go. Stability 7.9 and some tax income. You are actually hired. And then we hire someone else who gives more stability, and just like that, we are good enough. It's going back down. Okay, let's just ignore that and focus on all the money we're making. Jesus, we are making so much money. Wait, hold up. What's the tax percentage? Our tax is 251%, meaning that say you get paid $100 from working at WorldBox Donald's or whatever, right? Not only do you have to give your entire paycheck to the government, you have to give an extra $150 too. I think it's safe to say that we have won capitalism, which honestly might be a Geneva Convention violation of itself, but we haven't even gone to war yet. We have 300 soldiers ready to beat the crap out of each other. I say we go to war with like 8 countries at once. I don't know if we should go to war with this one yet, but you know what? Let's just do it for the heck of the game. And with Iceland, we are now at war with all of Europe, pretty much the entire European Union here. And the only thing I'm mildly worried about is nukes, but safe to say I think we're ready for some war crimes. But just to make sure that we're not accidentally good people, we need to turn angry villagers on. As I'm looking here at the article, that pretty much is like half of it. Just don't kill the civilians. But guess what? We're killing the civilians. But if we go into our country's culture here, we can change even more. Like tiny legends, which sounds so cool, but it really is just child labor. Look at that description. I think happiness from war is a very good idea to put into our culture, along with some xenophobia, ethnocentrism, and even join or die for some of our enemies, because I know that might sound like we're accidentally being kind, but how are we supposed to oppress the people if there's no people left? Now, the only thing that I kind of hope to come out of this war is my country to not get super nuked. Oh, but we're nuking people. We apparently hate this specific part of Norway because we have nuked it 20 times. Why? But as this fight rages on, I can't really zoom in because this mod like constantly breaks itself. We have lost nearly half our people, but also killed pretty much everyone else. We're not even at war with Libya. We nuked them. And then we just nuke the Middle East once again for no reason. Why are we nuking random countries? We're not even at war. Why are we nuking these guys? We have just nuked the Middle East 5 times, but we do it. We take out Europe. And hold up, I need to confirm something. Okay, yeah, as I just checked, attacking random countries that you're not at war with, even more so nuking them, is very much against the Geneva Convention, which I didn't even realize, but I think Russia's just doing this challenge for me at this point. And we're gonna let ourselves rebuild a bit because we lost a ton of people, hopefully expand into Europe some, although Europe did just get recolonized by someone. Oh, Mexico. Okay, a little bit of payback there. Now look, you colonizer, huh? Also, I don't like how all of my game text is just turned red randomly. I think it's a sign of what I'm descending into. But in that war alone, 40 nukes were dropped. All by us, mind you, on random countries, and no one cares. Because I think no one can do anything about it, pretty much. Okay, but I mean, just look into our country here. Here is a 9-year-old who, I believe has a grenade launcher and, is addicted to, is that morphine? Oh, it is. Okay, great. I feel like this is probably an average kid in Russia, though. I don't think this is anything much. But we are raking in so much money. And the best part is we're actually losing half of our income because of the stability being -8 right now, and it's going down. We don't even have to worry about that. We're just making too much money to fail. Somehow, despite that, we've only been promoted to 4th best economy, but I think that's still pretty good for the time being. You know, I can't really explain it, but our stability is still just absolutely crashing. Now it's -27. It's probably nothing to do with the forced labor laws, right? Or the high taxes, or the fact that you have to give 2.5 times your paycheck to the government. You know what? We'll manage. We'll be fine. But we're now back up to 1,200 people, and half of our population's in the army. I think we're going to try to take down all of Asia in one swoop. So let me just get to war with them. And there we go. I am now at war with all of Asia, pretty much, including South Africa. I think I accidentally went to war with them instead of Southeast Asia, so just gonna throw them into. Honestly, you know, it's kind of more of a courtesy. I'm gonna invade all these guys anyway, and I actually think this might be a pretty fair fight. It just depends on who has more nukes and who can commit more crimes, which hopefully is us. So as we click unpause, yep, the nukes begin falling a lot on the Russian border, though. I can't quite tell. There actually has not been as many nukes nukes here. Maybe because we haven't nuked Norway 30 times like we did in the last war. We just nuked the Middle East to oblivion. We just nuked Kenya and Mozambique, even though we're not at war with them. Mongolia's gone. I think we have this one in the bag, but once again, just absolutely raining terror. I think it's safe to say that the Geneva Convention is, yeah, it's not being followed in any means. China's gone. And we actually had the courtesy to take part of India. Now it's just Indonesia that's left, and they're gone. Another victory for us. Only a couple thousand had to die. Jeez, yeah. But still looking at my article over here on my other monitor, yep, prisoners not taken, prisoners killed, prisoners of war executed, civilians harmed. We're doing good. So let's speed up time, gather some more land, get some more people, and see when we're ready to probably declare war on all of Africa at once. So in the meantime, I'm going to see if there's even more ways to exploit my people and make taxes even higher. So after some very slight changes, now you'll see we're making a crap ton of money, but the issue is we have negative 48% stability. The default is 50, by the way, but trust me, it's worth it because now everyone has to pay 757% tax. You know how inflation happens when the government has to print money? The civilians have to print money just to give it to us because of how much they owe me. And remember, with all this tax, because of our stability, we're losing half of it anyway, and we're still making so much. The stability was supposed to be something to deter you from doing exactly what I've done, but because the tax is just so high, it doesn't even matter. But still, the rankings here display us as 9th. We've somehow gone down. I'm not even sure what these economy rankings are, because it's sure as hell not money. Maybe it's like quality of life. Okay, well, if it's quality of life, he would be last, so I don't even know what this is supposed to mean. But once again, I think it's time to shape up for war. It's gonna go to war with all of Africa and everyone else over here, so that includes Mexico too, because they took the land over here that we rightfully and totally nuked. You know, in the last video, I wasn't able to actually declare war on a lot of countries because I needed like a reason to do it, but it's so much easier in this one where I can just go to war if I want to. But with Madagascar, we are now at war with everybody over here. And if I click unpause, I'm sure things are about to get very deadly very quick. Yep, the nukes in Africa, and I know we're at war with Mexico, but we just nuked the US for literally no reason. Perfect. And you know, to be fair, we've already been nuking Africa like half this video for no reason either way, so I think we're fine. We did just nuke Florida though. I'm not quite sure why, but we are getting attacked pretty heavily here too. But the issue is we just have so much land and so much nukes. People can't really do anything about it. We haven't even sent a soldier into Mexico, and we have wiped them off the face of the planet here. And Africa is pretty much gone too. But with a couple more random nukes, there we go. We have taken over everybody over here. However, now that Mexico's gone, the US just steps in as well. And Brazil. And Argentina. Holy reverse colonization, guys. What are we doing here? We need to start taking some land before they get all of it. But so far, 132 AI nukes have been dropped. And you know what? I do want to stop this colonization. We're going to war with them. I don't care if they have all the population. We have all the nukes. We can do this. Let's just give it a few years, and then we're going straight to war with these guys. The only one I'm really worrying about is Canada, because somehow they've grown to over 1,000 people. But the rest of these guys, I think we can pick off pretty easily. So, you know, in the meantime, let's just clear up this area over here. I don't really like how these guys are staring at me. For some reason, as soon as I declared a war with Australia and Papua New Guinea, they immediately begin nuking Japan over and over. Guys, this is force of habit. Why do we keep doing this? Holy crap, they've nuked it like 20 times. Stop nuking Japan, guys. Okay, we get it. But after doing more damage than I thought would happen, we do take down all of this area of Asia. But once again, our population is recovering very quickly, and holy crap, we have over 10,000 total deaths, which doesn't sound like a lot, but old age and hunger are not owned, meaning that these are all crazy deaths, almost half of them from explosions, and only 3,000 from conflict, because these guys, they don't even attack each other, they just nuke each other. Let's be so real here. As we've grown to immeasurable strengths here, I think it's safe to say we can go to war with every single country left, except for Canada. We'll save them for last. And now we are at war with everybody left except for Canada. You know, never thought I'd see Venezuela and the US fight on the same side of the war. But, well, here we are. And as I click unpause, things are about to get absolutely crazy. Nukes going off, especially against us. A lot of them on us, some of them on Canada for whatever reason. But of course, lots of them on the countries we're attacking too. This isn't even a matter of who's right, just who's left. But after many more nukes, I think the only US force that's left is actually their army. So if we can deal with with them, then we pretty much have this secured. All of South America has been nuked to complete destruction. Venezuela has one person, and that's it. And somehow, despite this war, even though Canada was completely not involved, they have lost half their people because of the nukes in the crossfire, which, you know, honestly is very unfair. And Greenland's been untouched. Wow, everyone just always forgets about Greenland. It's just like Plague Inc. all over again. And they nuke Canada. Great, fantastic. Thanks, guys. We're not even at war with Canada. Okay, you know what, fine. We'll throw Canada in here. I just feel bad for them that they can't even do anything. Now a ton of nukes are flying in the air. Look in the left, the only notification is just how many nukes there are. And they finally get to Greenland and nuke it. And I believe we actually have an army heading up into the US and Canada. We just kill everyone in the US. And will we even be able to take Canada, or will we nuke it into the ground? Canada falls, just leaving Alaska left as the last remnant. Come on, man, just a few more nukes. I don't know how you guys miss so often. Like, where are you guys even nuking? You're just randomly shooting nukes into Canada for literally no reason. But this is the last US soldier right here. And of course, he got nuked. But that is it. As Russia, we were able to take over the entire world, which actually probably in this case is just destroy the entire world while breaking every single Geneva Convention rule. And to be honest, we probably added a few. In total, 283 AI nukes were dropped. But we do have $1.4 million. I don't think I'm supposed to have this much. So moral of the story is capitalism always wins. What a great message to be sending out to all my viewers out there. But anyway, if you're still watching at this point, don't try this at home. And also click like and subscribe since you stuck around so long. And also join my Discord too. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Farewell.